Hi, boys and girls. My name is Roxy, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a dinosaur. Scientists who study dinosaurs are called paleontologists. Now, these are very special people because the largest creatures who roam the earth also have the largest names. Today, we're going to be paleontologists and learn about dinosaurs and other related reptiles. Hey, kids, don't forget that this program features Interactive Video Systems IVS. That helps you locate your favorite dinosaur and is a roadmap for the entire program. Just write down the color of the background when you first see the name of each dinosaur featured in this video. Then, when you want to review a particular dinosaur, just rewind or fast forward to the color you wrote down, and you can see your favorite dinosaur again and again. Remember, you can stop the tape by hitting the pause button on your VCR. So hold on to your hats and loosen your lips, because here we go. The first creature we're going to meet lived 265 million years ago during the Permian period. That was a long time ago. Now, he's not a dinosaur, but a pelycosaur, which is a reptile ancestor. So I'll just step off to the side so you can meet him. This is Danny the Dimetrodon. Dimetrodon comes from the Greek words di, meaning two, metron, meaning measure, and odon, meaning tooth. Together, the name means two measured teeth, because Danny's teeth are two different sizes. Dimetrodons can be up to 10 feet long, with their sails reaching 2 to 3 feet high. They were the largest known meat eaters of the Permian period and were found in Texas. They were extinct by the time dinosaurs came into being. The time when dinosaurs walked the earth is referred to as the Mesozoic era. There are 3 periods in the Mesozoic era: the Triassic period, the Jurassic period, and last but not least, the Cretaceous period. Let's start at the beginning. The Triassic period lasted 35 million years, from about 225 to 190 million years ago. Oh, I was but a twinkle in my daddy's eye then. Triassic comes from the Latin word trias, meaning 3. This was named for the 3 rock layers formed during this period. In the beginning, the 7 continents known today were a single landmass, known as Pangaea. Animals could roam freely across the land, and that's why their remains are found on every continent. The weather was dry and grew warmer as time passed. Now, let's get to the good stuff. The dinosaurs! The first group of dinosaurs we'll learn about are the theropods. The theropods were meat eaters and walked on hind legs, using their tails to balance their bodies. These dinosaurs were small and quick. The second group are the carnosaurs. Carnosaurs were larger animals with solid, heavy bones. We're just about to meet one dinosaur. See if you can tell which group he belongs to. Remember, theropods are small and quick. Carnosaurs are large and solid. This is Casper the Coelophysis, and if you guessed that he's a theropod, you're absolutely right. The name Coelophysis comes from the Greek words kolos, meaning hollow, and physis, meaning form. Hollow form refers to his hollow bones, which allow him to be a quick and active hunter. As you can see, the Coelophysis has a long and pointed head, sharp teeth with fine saw-toothed edges, and a long and slender neck, body, tail, and hind legs. Casper also has bird-like hind feet, and he runs on his toes. His small front limbs have hands armed with sharp claws, used for grasping, digging, and scratching. Though they can grow to be 10 feet long, including their tails, they probably weighed only 75 to 100 pounds. One of the earliest dinosaurs, Coelophysis probably lived in family groups. They were found mostly in New Mexico and the eastern United States. Coelophysis have a huge appetite, chasing anything that moves. And since they're built for speed, probably catching it. Another reptile that lived in the Triassic period was the Nothosaurus. Meet Nellie the Nothosaurus. Notho is the Greek word for false, because this false lizard didn't live on land. Instead, he lived at seashores and coastal shallows. They may have been able to move about on land like seals and walruses do today. Look at the Nothosaurus' small skull, long neck and tail, and sharp teeth. Notice Nellie's paddle-like arms and legs, and her webbed hands and feet. These help her gain speed in the water to catch her prey of fish and sea animals. Don't they look a lot like seals? The middle period of the Mesozoic era is the Jurassic period. It lasted 55 million years, from 190 million to 135 million years ago. This period was named for the Jura Mountains in the Alps. Pangaea broke up into two supercontinents, Laurasia to the north and Gondwanaland to the south. There were still land connections between them for the animals to roam. The weather became moist and mild. Plants and dinosaurs flourished. During this period, the largest animals ever known came into being. These sauropods, as they're known, were all plant-eating, or herbivores, and always walked on 4 feet. Their heads, however, were so small, it's a wonder they could get enough food into their humongous bodies to survive. Now, let's meet a sauropod. This is Arlene the Apatosaurus, also known as Brontosaurus. Apatosaurus comes from the word apatelos, meaning deceptive, because his bones were like those of another dinosaur, Moltosaurus, confusing to the paleontologists. They sometimes traveled in herds, with the larger adults moving on the outside of the herd to protect the smaller ones. The largest Apatosaurus known was 75 feet long, with a 30-foot tail, 15 feet tall at the hips, and must have weighed 20 or more tons. Arlene's enormous body tapers forward to her amazingly long 20-foot neck and backwards to her even longer tail. Her neck ends in a very small head with nostrils on the top. The Apatosaurus' long neck helped when she was in the mood to browse on the tops of trees that no other dinosaur could reach. Her jaws are not strong, and she has weak teeth shaped like spoons for feeding on soft vegetation. Her tail is thick and strong at the base and whip-like at the end, carried above the ground when walking. Her tail could have been used for protection, whipping back the predators. The Apatosaurus' legs are long, straight, and pillar-like. They have short-toed feet like an elephant, with their back legs longer than the front. Arlene needs to eat 500 to 1,000 pounds of plant food a day. Now that's a lot of chow. The second group of dinosaurs who lived in the Jurassic period were the Ornithischians, which has 2 sets of cousins, the Ornithopoda and the Stegosauria. The Ornithopoda were bipeds, meaning they walked on their 2 hind legs. They were herbivorous, which you recall means plant-eating. The other subgroup, the Stegosauria, were 4-footed dinosaurs with rows of plates and spikes along their backs. Here comes my friend Sam. Can you guess which group he falls into? Is he an Orthonopida or a Stegosauria? If you guess Stegosauria, which are the plated dinosaurs, you're right. Sam is a Stegosaurus from the words stego and saurus, meaning plated lizard. The Stegosaurus lived in the late Jurassic period about 140 million years ago in western North America and also in Europe. Sam has a tiny and narrow head, only about 16 inches long, with small, weak teeth and a brain the size of a walnut. But that doesn't mean he's not smart. Sam's rear legs are more than twice as long as his short front legs. His double row of bony plates, up to 2 feet tall, along his back and tail, were probably used to defend against attacks. On the end of Sam's tail, you can see his 2 pairs of sharp spikes, which were also used for defense. The Stegosaurus ranges in size up to 25 feet long and 11 feet tall at the hips, weighing 4 tons. They were one of the last and most highly developed of plated dinosaurs and became extinct soon after the beginning of the Cretaceous period. The last but not least period of the Mesozoic era was the Cretaceous period. This is the period I was born in. The Cretaceous period was the longest period, lasting 70 million years, from 135 to 65 million years ago. I don't look my age, do I? The name of this period comes from Creta, the Latin word for chalk, because chalky layers formed seabeds during this time. Also during this period, the continents continued to separate. By the middle of the Cretaceous period, the continents looked like this. The seas moved in and separated South America from northern lands. Animals could no longer move from continent to continent. The weather grew damper and new kinds of dinosaurs evolved, including theropods, birds, carnivores, ornithopoda, ceratopsians, and the largest known terrestrial meat eater of all time. But we'll get back to that later. The ornithopoda included the ankylosaurs, of which the largest and best known was a dinosaur called the Ankylosaurus. This is Artie the Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus comes from the word ankylo, meaning stiffen, and therefore the name means stiff lizard. This refers to his resemblance to an army tank and the fact that no one could hurt him. That is, unless he's turned upside down. Artie lived in the late Cretaceous period in western North America. As you can see, he has a long, broad head, a broader body, and short, solid legs. 2 sharp spikes come out from either side of his head, and another row of spikes projects sideways from either side of his body. His head, neck, and back are covered with heavy but flexible armor that is made of thick plates of bone set close together in his leathery skin. His dense and powerful tail ends in an enormous bone-crushing club used for defense, although he probably chose to just crouch down when attacked, so his armor protected him. Ankylosaurus grow to be about 25 feet in length, 6 feet wide, and 4 feet tall. He weighs in at 5 tons. Because his massive jaw is filled with teeth that are blunt and weak, we know he's a herbivore. Thanks, Artie. Another interesting ornithopod is a Parasaurolophus, meaning similar crested lizard. Meet Patty the Parasaurolophus. Boy, is that a mouthful. I'll just call her Patty. Patty is a bipedal herbivore, meaning she walks on 2 feet and eats only plants. I know people who fall into that category. She's also a land dweller. Patty lived during the late Cretaceous period in western North America and in Alberta, Canada. Notice Patty's crest? This is a hollow tube 5 feet long that extends back over her shoulders. Air that she breathes travels from her nostril at the tip of her snout up to the tip of her crest and back down before going to her windpipe and lungs. Paleontologists believe that it helped in the Parasaurolophus' sense of smell. Patty has webbed hands and a duck-like beak that is spoon-shaped, thereby giving her the nickname of Duckbill. Thanks, Patty. The ceratopsians, or horned dinosaurs, were large and heavily built with huge skulls, parrot-like beaks, and long jaws lined with cutting teeth. The most well-known of these is the Triceratops. Say hello to Trudy. Triceratops comes from tri, meaning three, and keratops, meaning horned face. So Triceratops means three-horned face. And as you can see by looking at Trudy, she has 1, 2, 3 horns on her face. Triceratops lived during late Cretaceous times, about 70 to 65 million years ago. They roamed in herds and were common in western North America. Let's look closer at Trudy. In the front, we see a beak which covers her shearing teeth. This is used to cut the vegetation, which she then grinded with her back teeth. On top is a short, thick nose horn, and above her eyes, pointing forward, are a pair of sharp 40-inch brow horns. Triceratops' big skull has been known to be up to 7 feet long. From the back of her skull, a large, bony frill projects backward over her neck and shoulders. Legs are thick and strong, with hooves like a horse, and she has a short and heavy tail. As with a lot of dinosaurs, Trudy's skin is leathery. Triceratops grow to be about 25 feet long, 9.5 feet tall, and weighing up to 5 tons. Maybe you should think about losing some weight, Trudy. Triceratops was one of the last dinosaurs to develop and to meet extinction because they were aggressive, well-protected, and had no real enemies. The final animal we're going to learn about, that is, before I tell you about the biggest and best dinosaur, is not a dinosaur at all. It's a pterosaur. Pteranodon comes from the words pteron, meaning wing, and anodontos, meaning toothless, because a pteranodon is winged and toothless. The pteranodon is one of the largest known flying animals that ever lived. This is Terry. He lived during the late Cretaceous period, about 80 million years ago. He's not exactly at home on the ground because his legs are weak and he can't fold his wings completely like birds and bats do. Pteranodon's wingspans are up to 27 feet, though they weigh only about 33 pounds. They probably flew by gliding and may have lived on cliffs where they could glide across the sea and swoop down to catch fish in their long, toothless beak. What other creature do you know that does this? How about the pelican? The crest on the pteranodon's head doubled the length of their skull and was probably an effective rudder or brake in flight. It could have also acted as a balance. Well, now there's only one dinosaur to tell you about. Yes, I've saved the best for last. Are you ready? Da-da-da-dum-da-dum! Let's see if you can guess. This dinosaur is the largest known terrestrial meat eater. She has a huge skull, sharp, long teeth with jagged edges, powerful hind legs to grip her prey, front limbs so small, only 30 inches, she can't even reach her mouth. But they still are well-muscled and have large claws on the end. You still haven't guessed? Well, it's me, Tyrannosaurus Rex, or as I like to call myself, Tyrannosaurus ROXY. Tyrannosaurus comes from the Greek word tyrannos, meaning tyrant. Together with saurus, meaning lizard, my name means tyrant lizard, or terrible lizard. Yes, I am the largest known flesh-eating land animal that ever lived. I can grow to be 50 feet in length, stand 18.5 feet high, and weigh in at 6 tons. Of course, I don't weigh that much. Tyrannosauride, which is a family of carnosaurs, lived in Asia, America, and late Cretaceous. My primary weapons are my 8-inch talons on my massive hind legs and my 63 to 6-inch fangs that line my 3-foot jaw. Scared? I didn't think so. I'm sorry we didn't have time to learn about all the dinosaurs, but there are a lot of us. Oh, well, I see it's time to go anyway. Maybe for the next lesson, we'll meet more dinosaurs and other reptiles. I hope you've enjoyed learning about dinosaurs, and you remember me, Tyrannosaurus ROXY, Terry, the Pteranodon, Trudy, the Triceratops, Artie, the Ankylosaurus, Patty, the Parasaurolophus, Sam, the Stegosaurus, Arlene, the Apatosaurus, Nellie, the Nothosaurus, Casper, the Coelophysis, and Danny, the Dimetrodon. Bye for now.